direct and honest, how will you get a direct answer? Alright, what's your name?
Nikhil.
The question asked by Nikhil is, my mind, this brain, resists all this, does not find it attractive. There is no interest that it sees here. What do I do? And I'm so sure that this is a question not particular to him. There are so many others here who face the same question. And if you don't face this question, then you are abnormal. Really, believe me. The normal person, the normal mind will always find the truth, the reality, the action of intelligence a little repulsive. Understand this? What does the brain want? What does the brain want? And we are going into this very, very directly, almost technically. The brain is a programmed apparatus coming from evolution, and all it wants is security. All it wants is security. Security in the sense of a continuation of its existence, a continuation of the way it already is. Getting it? Now write this down. Brain versus intelligence. Make two columns. Make two columns. Brain, intelligence. The chief concern of the brain is, number one, security. Now, how does it demand security, and what is the meaning of security? Understand this. Security for the brain means that things must be as they were in the past. You see, the brain sees that it is alive today, it exists today. And it has come here after journeying such a long distance. So its logic is that the past must be good, and the proof that the past is good is that I still exist. Had the past been really bad, then I would have been extinct by now. Past was good. That is the reason I have survived till today. That's the brain's logic. That's the brain's logic. The past was good. Everything taken together, it was nice. And hence I have come till here, otherwise I would have evaporated by now. So what does it say? It says that the future must also be like the past, because the past was safe and secure. That's the meaning of security for the brain. Now, the brain wants security, and for the sake of security, it wants to repeat all that it has experienced in the past. And any attempt to move away from that is resisted by the brain, is deeply resisted by the brain. I hope you are getting the significance of all this. The brain exists in a particular preconditioned fashion, and if a new course comes to you or anything happens that tries to show you that, boss, this is mechanical, this is dull, you have been a slave, then the brain will try to resist it. The brain says, no, don't tell me that I am a slave. I want to be like this because there is great deal of safety and security in this. I have been, you see, at least I am alive till today. At least I exist. At least I exist. So the brain resists. Forget about not finding it of interest. The brain can get violent. If you really start knowing, the brain can get very, very violent. I'll give you an example. Let's take the example of a religious fanatic, of a suicide bomber who has been deeply conditioned into believing that such and such is the truth. He has been conditioned into believing that hatred is justified, that killing is good, that one kind of religion, that one kind of thought is the right thought, the right religion, and everything else is bogus. And the non-believers deserve to be killed. Suppose he has been deeply conditioned into believing all this. Take the example of the teenager, Kasab. Right? He was your age. Deeply conditioned into believing something. Now, if this fellow comes in front of another fellow who tells him that, boss, all your beliefs are bogus, you have been made a slave of, and you are losing your precious life, and you are not acting intelligently, and you see where all your beliefs come from, they are not yours, others are commanding you. Why should a young man like you become a slave? What do you think Kasab will do? Kasab will kill him. That is the way of the brain. The brain does, forget about not finding it interesting, you can go to another extent. Had you been conditioned a little more strongly, you would have actually become violent. And we have experienced this. Because we do this day in and day out, so we do experience violent reactions sometimes. Because somebody has been living his life in a particular way. And when all of a sudden he learns that it has been a waste, then a great hatred arises. What he says is, don't tell this to me. Don't tell this to me. I don't want to listen all this. At least I have been living a safe and secure life. He doesn't want to hear the truth. But then, in not hearing the truth, do we want to remain Kasab-like? I mean, that's an extreme example. But anybody who is conditioned is that. So, you wrote down security in front of the brain. Understand that intelligence does not demand security. Intelligence is intrinsically secure. So while the brain is deeply insecure, the brain is always deeply insecure. Intelligence is always deeply secure. Point number 2, write down. Because the brain is insecure, it doggedly avoids the new. Will someone tell me why the brain will avoid the new? Who will tell me? Yes? A little more clearly. Why will the brain avoid the new? Yes?
So because the brain is, as our future is a reflection of past, then our brain should, the new thing it will happen, it will not contain in the past. So brain will avoid because it is new, it will be not interesting, it will be dull. Therefore brain avoids it.
If something is new, it is surely not coming from the past. It is not a part of the past. If something is new, it is not a part of the past. And what is the brain? A collection of the past. And the brain seeks security in the past. So the moment it encounters the new, what happens to the brain? It is afraid. So the brain Second point, avoids the new, whereas intelligence always lives in the new. Intelligence has nothing to do with your past. Intelligence is alive and fresh. Fresh means new. Intelligence is new and fresh and alive. It is right now. Just as you all exist right now. First listen. Just as you all exist right now. The database may be old, but your existence is in this moment. Is it or is it not? Is it or is it not? So intelligence is always in this moment, the present, whereas the brain is always wandering in the past or in the future. So write down brain, memories or hopes. Brain is always roaming about in memories or hopes. Whereas the entire act of intelligence is in the present, in this moment. The action of intelligence is in attention. In the intelligence column, put down attention. Because this movement demands your presence, and presence is attention. This movement demands your complete presence. So, whereas the brain loves to be distracted, it loves to be lost. Lost in memories, coolly in the past. That's where I belong. Life is right now, and the brain loves to be in memories. There. It finds a safe haven there. And by being in memories, one misses out on life, because life is right now. Getting it? So, intelligence, attention, brain, distraction. Brain, distraction. Because the brain loves to be lost. Yes? It loves to be asleep. It loves to be asleep. Totally in dreams. Memories, hopes, all dreams. See, if a man is habituated to remaining lost, to remaining intoxicated, and you take away his intoxicant from him, then he resists. Closer still, if you have been sleeping, blissfully ignorant of the reality outside. If someone comes and wakes you up, and this process of waking up is the process of intelligence. Remaining asleep is the brain's function. If you are sleeping and someone comes and wakes you up, obviously, initially, one does not find wakefulness to be interesting. You resist it. You say, go away, let me sleep. What do you say? Go away, let me sleep. I'm peacefully sleeping. And you think it's a great nuisance. Why has somebody come over and is trying to wake me up? What nuisance? Leave me alone. Go away. Let me sleep. But then, life is when you are awake, really awake. Not in your dreams, in reality. And then there is joy, energy, movement, action, only when you are awake. Yes? So initially, you will resist it a little. Some of you may not find it interesting, that why are we being told all this? Whenever you see that this kind of a thought is arising, that why are we being told all this? Just catch, oh silly brain. It's again seeking security. It's again afraid. The brain is always afraid, mind you. Because it's seeking security. It just wants to be. See, that is the reason why all it wants is preservation of the body. That's its first concern. The body must not go away. And the second thing that it wants is that you must produce a lot of kids. That's why all this sexual energy that arises. Security, a continuation of my physical existence, because the brain itself is physical, a continuation of the physical existence. So this body should be safe and secure. It should go just as it has been conditioned to, programmed to, and after this body is gone, I should still exist in the form of offsprings, kids. So that's the reason why nature wants only two things from you. Nature has no interest in your growth and development. All that nature wants is that you should preserve your body and produce a lot of kids. That's what every animal does. Have you seen the instincts of an animal? That's what it wants. One, it wants to be alive, it wants to remain alive, secure. Second, it reproduces a lot. That's what we all have been conditioned to do. That's what the brain wants. But you are a human being. You deserve far more than that. But the brain will not find all this interesting. Never. Never. So next time you don't find it interesting, you know what it's all about. Dirty old brain playing dirty old tricks. Yes? Trying to avoid attention. Yes.